Hello, and this is my July TBR. So I have started a TBR game, Serpents and Stairways, essentially. Snakes and ladders, but you land on different book prompts. I've kind of shot myself in the foot by picking July to be the first month because of participating in the Book Junkie trials and Reading Rush. So what I normally do, what I'm going to be doing, is rolling 5 times a month on the board, and whatever I land on, I have to pick a book that fits that prompt, essentially. So I have 20 different prompts on there, each appearing at various amounts of time, and I'll just go through all the different prompts and what they mean and how many times they appear. So, all timer. This appears 4 times on the board, out of 100. I forgot to mention there's 100 squares. It appears 4 times, and it is a book that has been on my TBR forever, like essentially one that I just need to get off my TBR. Short read. This appears 6 times on my board, and essentially it's a book that is less than 250 pages. Intimidating read. This appears 5 times on the board, and it is a book that has more than 450 pages, which I'm discovering I don't have that many of, as I found out this month. Colour pick. This appears 5 times, and this is where I will randomly generate a colour online, like a random generator or use Siri or something, and I pick a book with that on the cover. Series. This appears 4 times on my board, and it's essentially continuation of a series. So I've got plenty of books on my shelves that are like parts of series that I kind of just need to finish. New author, and this appears 4 times, and this is a new author to me, so a book that's by an author that I haven't read before. Most recent purchase. This appears 5 times on the board, and this is a book that I've bought most recently. Representation. This appears 5 times on the board, and it's essentially a book that represents a different culture or beliefs or whatever, has good representation essentially. Award winning. This appears 5 times on the board, and it is essentially a book that's won an award or is by an author that is award winning. Adaptations, and this appears 4 times, and it's essentially a book that's been turned into a movie or TV series. Flip a coin, and this appears 5 times on the board, and essentially I'll pick 2 books that I would like to read. Flip a coin, heads or tails, that's on my TBR. Random shelf numbers. This appears 5 times on the board. I will generate a random number and count how many books are on my TBR shelves, and that's on my TBR. Fantasy. This appears 5 times on the board. This essentially is what it says. I'll read a fantasy book. Thriller. This appears 6 times on the board, and I will read a thriller. Contemporary, 7 times on the board because it's my favourite genre. Read a contemporary. Historical, that appears 7 times on the board because I have loads of historical books I'd like to get through. Read a historical. Horror, read a horror book. 5-star prediction, 5 times on the board. A book that I predict to be 5 stars. Free choice, and this appears 3 times on the board. A book that I just pick up whatever I want. Just completely free choice. Phone a friend appears 5 times, and what I do, I pick 2 books, send a picture to my friend, and they pick it. So let's move on to the July rolls. First roll, I landed on contemporary. For contemporary, I picked Crush by Eve Ainsworth. I've read one of her books before, I've met her, got it signed, and I just never got around to reading Crush. For intimidating, I picked 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle because it is over 450 pages, and I've wanted to read this for a very long time, but it is a thick one and the font's quite small, so we'll see. For phone a friend, I will insert the chat here. I'm back. So I sent a message to my friend saying Geekerella or Good Omens, and as you can see, she said Good Omens. So I'll be reading this in July. Goodness gracious me. Ugh. Adaptation, I picked The Boy in Striped Pyjamas by John Boyne, and which, as you may probably know, it has been made into a movie that is on Netflix, so I'm gonna read this. And finally, for short read, I pick Heartstopper Volume 2, which I'm hopefully going to be getting at the launch release with Alice Oseman. So hopefully it'll be signed. Yes. So, obviously it hasn't come out yet and I don't have a copy. Yeah, that's what my short read is going to be. Thank you very much for watching, and I will be uploading frequently this month because I'm participating in 2 readathons, Reading Rush and the Book Junkie Trials. So yes, see you soon.